Feel the legs pushing up on the set. I'm feeling it. Feel the high that you get from the line. If you feel it, raise your hell in the sky.
Powerhouse Hobbs needs to leave AEW immediately. He needs to go. This is bad. So you telling me, and I wanna get this right. Powerhouse Hobbs for the last year was with QT QT Marshall. That didn't work. You put him with that fact. You put him with there. He wins the TNT title. You try to elevate him to win it. He loses it, which is a common factor before Christian got the belt. People win it, then they lose it, go back to Warlow. You do nothing with that, which was it. To me, the TNT title should be the holy grail next to the world title. Like, it should be that holy grail. You win it, and that should be stardom to a world title match or the next world heavyweight champion. Especially Powerhouse Hobbs, the way he looks, him, Warlow, and Miro. Miro, to me, the best TNT champions were Christian Cage, Miro, Darby Allin, and Cody Rhodes. Those are the 4 best TNT champions that title has kind of worked for. Cody's in WWE. Miro's nowhere to be seen. Darby's trying to climb Mount Everest. And then you got fucking Christian Cage doing his work with it. But Powerhouse Hobbs had it. You think it would do something. Don't do nothing. So that doesn't work. Eventually, he joins the Don Callis family. Since he has joined the family, he has lost more than he has won. And DeCesta shit, whatever you want to call him, Kenny was booking him. Tony Khan's not booking him properly. He beat Kenny Omega back-to-back tag team and a singles match, and they have done nothing with this man. And Koste DeCesta, whatever his name, he's actually a good wrestler. He's actually doing good work in the ring. I'm like, yo, he's actually pretty interesting. And Kenny's doing his job, and you doing nothing with him? It's just mind-blowing to me. And Kenny was really working with him, trying to elevate him, and Tony just don't give a fuck. He don't give a fuck nothing about the Don Callis family. That's all Kenny thing. Once Kenny left, that shit's about to go down the drain too, like everything else. Like the Hardy family, it's about to be like one of those. Then you had Sammy Guevara turn face, so that kind of put a wrench into the family. So it's like, what the fuck? The whole point was the family to have Sammy Guevara turn heel so he could feud with Jericho. When Kenny left, they're like, oh, well, Jericho needs to work with somebody. Well, Jericho can work with anybody else. Well, honestly, I don't think Jericho needs to work with anybody until this shit gets done. And Sammy should have stayed where he was because he's a better heel than a face. Everybody knows this. Ricky should be a face. But anyway, I'm going off topic. Let me go back. He's not elevated enough, this Powerhouse. And once he gets elevated, he gets brought back down. But the factions, the loss, it's been terrible for Powerhouse Hobbs. The man puts in the work. He's trying. But I don't know. Tony doesn't like Powerhouse Hobbs. I don't care what nobody says. Oh, Tony no, he doesn't. I know a Powerhouse Hobbs said a couple years ago that WWE turned him down. And, he's like, oh, well, I'm not going to go there because it's different time, different place, different folks. I know you got a pride. I understand that, my dude. Get your shit, pack your shit, get the fuck out of there. Because this booking, half-ass, half back and forth, this is not even 50-50 booking. This is just straight trash booking for him. And it's sad. It's really sad because this guy's putting in the work. He's putting it in the gym. He's doing the thing. He got a good theme music. He turned heel. And it's not working. And it's not working not because he's not putting in the work. It's not working because, and I was going to say AEW has not done their due diligence in making this dude a legit star. Put him in the Callis family wasn't a good idea, but I don't think that was a bad idea. But he has the same problem as Warlow. They can't book big guys to save their fucking life because they want to make every other guy who's the size of Tony Khan like the wrestler of the year and the biggest superstar like the Great Khali who could pick up every... No. These guys are beasts. They should be whooping asses. And I feel for Big Bill because once him and Ricky leaves, he'll fit to that mold too. And I hate to say it too, I was hoping that Ricky Starks go back with Powerhouse Hobbs. I was hoping that Ricky say, hey, look, man, let's get back together. I would have loved that. But they didn't. They didn't get back together. And I was like, fuck. Because they never won the world titles together, and they definitely should have won together. Even then, when Powerhouse turned on them, I said it was too quickly. I mean, they didn't win a title. I can see they won a world title. They didn't win nothing. No tag team titles. But yeah, Powerhouse Hobbs need to get his shit and leave immediately. The booking for this man has been atrocious. The booking for Warlord has been atrocious. And this is why people call Tony Khan out. You want to go on Twitter, talk about Jinder fucking Mahal getting a world title shot. He's a former world champion. Seth Rollins and them have history. You can put that into a storyline and then you have a match. You can't do nothing when you had a MJF versus Daniel Garcia. And he's like, well, Hook is undefeated. Okay, cool. Well, that's why you should bring back the ranking system, because nobody knows. You have all these 1,500 goddamn TV shows. Ain't nobody really watching them like that. Put a ranking system so we can know. We don't know anymore. That's why the ranking system, when they first started, really worked, so we can actually look at the dark and the elevation and all these stuff. Look at their numbers back in the day when they had that ranking system. They were fucking high because people had to actually tune in to watch them to see how they won. That's how I started liking Powerhouse Hobbs, because he was on our AEW Dark. And it meant something because eventually it led to the Dynamite. Now, it don't lead to shit. I actually watched the episode. It was AEW episode 4. And it was Pac, John Moxley versus each other. And Hangman Page and Kenny Omega came out together. And I looked at the crowd. And I looked at the excitement that AEW had. And you probably say to yourself, well, Johnson, they didn't have a lot to work with, so they had to work what they had. Exactly. They had what they had to work with, and they still had interesting storylines. And I said it back then, and I said it again. I'm going to say it now. Tony was not booking that whole show. Let me explain. Tony was booking it, but Cody was handling the main event. Kenny was handling the women's division. And you go back to that tag team division, holy shit. I don't like the Bucks for damn. I can't stand those motherfuckers. But let me say this about them. If there ever is a person, every two guys who can book a tag team division, they can do it. They did a fantastic job booking that tag team division. They did a great job. Tony didn't take the reins of it until Bucks, Cody, and Kenny had issues. And that was back in 2021, I believe, during the time Punk, Bryan, and all of them came out. But that was during that time. That's when Tony took full creative control. And ever since then, the company has went downhill. Because he books for an audience of one on cage fucking matches. That's all I got to say. I'm out.